Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Easy Game here today. I'm coming at you guys with a tier list video for Marvelrivals. I know the mid-season kind of just started, so, it might be a little hard to gauge, particularly the new characters like Thing and Human Torch. Let's remember that in Season 0, everyone thought Wolverine was the worst character in the game and terrible and really bad, and turned out everyone was wrong, right? So, take everything with a grain of salt. At the end of the day, it's an opinion. Opinions can change. If you disagree, go ahead and leave your comment down below in the comments. And as always, hope you guys subscribe to the channel for some more Marvelrivals content. So, with that being said, let's get it started. First up, we have The Thing. The Thing is interesting because if you asked me day 1 and day 2 of his release, I would have said, this is the most broken character, S+, Giga OP, broken, because I was literally demolishing people with this character day 1, day 2. Like, I went on a 11 game win streak on this character day 1. It was insane. I was just clobbering MVP every game. It felt like it was the most overpowered character. Now that it's been, a little bit longer, I've started to realize this character is not Giga OP, and it definitely has huge weaknesses. That's the main problem with this character, and why I won't put it S tier is because it is really good when it's really good, but it has hard counters to where, like, honestly, I would say this character has counters that it's worse than any other character in the game. You know how, like, Namor kind of Spider-Man and Black Panther, but, like, you could still play him, right? You can play into Namor, you can kill Namor. It doesn't stop you from playing the character. I would argue that the counters to the Thing are so bad that if you try playing into them, you're griefing your team. And I'll get into the counters when I get to those characters. But yeah, I just have to put him A tier. I would put him S tier if like somehow you banned the counters. But yeah, too many counters. And we'll just go straight to the counter. Penny Parker. If you try playing the Thing against Penny Parker, good luck. Good luck. That's all I have to say. Good luck. You're just going to get spam web stunned and die in the stun over and over and over again. You can't ever charge in because the spider nest is going to be there. It's just a hard, disgusting counter to the character. I figured it out like the first time that I played into a good Penny Parker as the Thing, and I was just like, I can't do anything. I can't play the game. There's nothing I can do. I can't go in. I can't sit back. I'm just useless. I had to swap off. It was just unplayable. That being said, though, Penny Parker is a very niche character. I don't think it's like a character you can really just kind of lock in every game and be really useful unless you're like a one trick. So I'm gonna have to put it B tier, but it's not a bad character. It has its uses. It's really good at countering dive. And like I said, if you ever fight a Thing, if you know how to play Penny Parker and there's a Thing on the enemy team, pick it. You trust me. If that guy doesn't swap, he's gonna lose his whole team the game. It's unplayable. It's legit unplayable. Another counter to the Thing, kind of not as bad as Penny Parker, but it's kind of up there, is Groot. It's just annoying. I wouldn't even say it's like a hard counter or anything. It's just annoying to play the Thing against Groot. And even besides that, Groot is just, honestly, I almost want to put Groot S tier, because the more that I see this character, the more I'm starting to think that this character is insane. But I'm not sure if I want to put him S tier. Maybe we put him top of A tier for now. I might change him later in the video, but the only reason I'm putting him A tier and not S tier is because he does have hard counters. Like, if Wolverine's not banned, good luck playing Groot. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like unstoppable. He's not good in every situation, but when he's good, he's crazy good. He's crazy good. Punisher is also kind of a counter to this character, especially paired with a rocket, because your walls just die instantly. But he's an insane character, so I'm going to keep him A tier for now, but maybe we'll change him. Thor, I gotta go with S. I think this character was already good before, and then the buff that they just gave him is kind of insane. I don't think people realize like how insane the buff actually is. Like, being able to just come out of Awakening and instantly fly away or fly at somebody it's the best buff you can ask for, really. I kind of wish they gave Mr. Fantastic a similar buff with like his changing forms. I wish they sped it up, but instead they kind of accidentally nerfed him. I don't know why, but yeah. We'll get to that later in the video. But I think Thor is just an all-around insane tank. The only problem with him is you can't solo tank with him very well, so you kind of need another tank to go in there with you. But when you have that, this character is insane. It can 100-0 people in the backline, it can shred tanks, it can displace tanks. The only weak part of his kit is kind of the ult, but even that's not that bad if once you learn how to use it, so S tier. Venom, honestly, this character got buffed a little bit. and I think it was already pretty good. I probably would have put it B tier before, but I think it's going to go A tier now. I think this character is kind of underrated. Whenever I go against good Venoms, it feels like my supports just can't play the game. They're just permanently oppressed, and he just creates so much space for his team to like move in and do stuff. It's really frustrating playing against this character, especially if your supports aren't, you know, like good at support. Like if you have a couple fill supports and they have a Venom on the enemy team, like good luck. You're probably gonna lose. Your supports won't know what to do when he just dives them on repeat all game. They're gonna panic. You're not gonna get healed, and the game's gonna be over. I've seen it countless times. The character's good. I mean, he was good before, and he's good now. And obviously paired with Spider-Man, you know, it's even better. But just gonna keep him A tier. I don't think he's, you know, it's not a character you could just always pick and be good. Captain America, I don't know about this one. I've seen really good Captain Americas do stuff, but like I've also seen really useless Captain Americas at every rating, a lot of them. So it's like I want to put it B tier, but I gotta put it C tier, I think, because I've seen way more useless Captain Americas than I've seen useless Penny Parkers. Like there's just, I don't know. I just have, and I've also never seen a Captain America like legitimately carry a game. I've never like lost a game and been like, dang, that Captain America just, you know, he just carried the entire game. Nothing we could do, he carried. I've never seen that. I have seen a Penny Parker do that before, but I've never seen a Captain America do that. So that's why I can't put him any higher than C, honestly. Just average character, playable, can get use out of him, but probably not going to carry too many games on that character, let's be honest. Magneto was already S tier, he got buffed. I honestly think this is the best tank in the game right now. If you can play it, it is what it is. Straightforward. Nothing new about him, really. His ult kind of got a little bit of a nerf because Cloak changed a little bit, or ult changed, so it's harder to one-shot her, but you still can, right? You can still one-shot supports in their ults, so. And just his kit is just, it's just insane. His kit's insane. There's never a bad time to pick Magneto. He's just always good. That's why I'm going to put him S tier. Strange got nerfed a little bit. I still think he's kind of like Magneto. You can just pick him anytime almost and he'll be good. I think he's probably still S tier. I don't know if he's above or below Thor though. Let's put him above for now because I think he's, yeah, Strange is still good. Portal is insane utility. Obviously you can portal block spawns, you can get back to points to contest. His ult's still really good. Damage is still really good. I mean, only thing he got lost was a little bit of health, which kind of sucks sometimes, but yeah, he's still a good character. Still insane. Hulk, honestly, Hulk by himself is not that threatening, but I still think I have to put him in A tier because I've seen good Hulks carry a game, and I just think he's better than Penny Parker. So, do I think he's better than Venom on his own? Probably not. I think Venom is a little bit better now than Hulk, but, you know, obviously he buffs Iron Man, but it's, you know, with the changes to Iron Man, it's less reliant, so I think I gotta move him down on the A tier. So I think that's it for the tanks. I think I'm pretty happy with this, but I kind of want to move Groot to S tier, but we'll keep him at the top of A tier, but I really want to move Groot to S tier, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about Groot, because I kind of want to put him S tier, but we'll keep him in A for now. All right, let's get to the DPS now. Black Panther, I don't know, this one's hard because I've seen Black Panther's solo carry games, and I've also seen them just throw. It's a very situational character, and you kind of have to be good at it to play it now. I'm gonna put it A tier. So, you know, actually no, I'm gonna put it B tier. I'm gonna put it B tier because I don't think it's always good. It's very good when it's good, but it's not always good. So it's gonna go B tier. Yeah, there's really not much to say about it. The nerfs kind of, I hardly notice them, but it's just the same spot it used to be, where a good Black Panther will shred your backline, a bad one just feeds. So Widow, I mean, I've just got to put it D tier. It's just not good on its own. I mean, it can be good with Mantis damage boosting you, but it's like you commit to having a Mantis healer that's permanently on Widow babysitting duty, so you're basically down a healer just so your Widow can maybe one-shot people. Like, what if the Widow's not good? It's just too much to commit to make a character good, so it's just D tier. It's not useless, but I would just rather have almost anything on my team. Hawkeye after the buffs, I think it's B tier. I think it's probably better than Black Panther, honestly. It's, at the end of the day, it's still a character that one-shots. Like, you just can't, this character will never be bad as long as it can one-shot people. It might not be OP or broken like it used to be, but it will just never be bad because it can one-shot. It is what it is. Like, it's the only character in the game that just has a left click that one-shots people, so, yeah. Hela's still insane. Honestly, I think I'm going to put her A tier. Maybe even S tier? I don't know. I think I'm going to put her A tier. I don't really think she's S tier because the characters that I want to put in S tier are just so over the top that it just moves her down to A tier. Iron Fist. This character changed a lot. I probably would have put it C before, but it's probably a B now. The playstyle of this character shifted a little bit. You can actually just shred tanks now. He's kind of like mini Wolverine. He's not as good as Wolverine, I don't think, because he can't really displace the tanks, but he can kind of brawl more. So he got a little bit better. I still don't think he's that great. I definitely haven't seen too many Iron Fists like carry games. I've seen him do well, but yeah, nothing to write home about really. Iron Man. Now here is something that's going to change. I think Iron Man without Hulk, I probably would have put it like a C or a B before, but now with the buff to his beam, you don't really need the team up anymore. So I don't think he's good enough to put A because he kind of just dies, but I think I'm going to put him B. Probably above Iron Fist, like right here. Definitely a usable character and definitely good in certain situations, but it's just, again, it's just not a character you can always lock in. So generally, like, the way I'm going to be rating it is like, if the character is just always good, like there's no counters, there's nothing that can stop the character from performing. Like Hela is a great example. Like there's really no counter to Hela, right? Like she's pretty good against dive. She has a lot of tools against dive. She has range. It's just a good ult. Like there's really no negative about playing Hela. You know what I mean? You could just pick it at any time and it'll be good. That's kind of like the ones I'm going to rate higher because I feel like just being able to play your character no matter what and not having to worry about counter picks just shutting you down is kind of a big deal in my opinion. Magic is probably the best melee DPS in the game at this point. Maybe Psylocke is better, but I've been seeing Magics go crazy lately. A lot of them are one tricks, but like even the non-one tricks have been popping off now. Like I don't know, Magic is just really good. I think I'm gonna put her at the top of the DPS in B tier though, because she does have counters and she's not always good. The one tricks make her work all the time, but the ones who don't. So yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna have to put her. Moon Knight. It's a tough one because when you pair it with Groot, it's insane. But when you don't have anything to pair with the ult, it's not that good, especially after the nerf. I think I'm gonna probably put him right here in B tier. Pretty good, which this actually makes me want to move Iron Fist down, but I think we'll keep it for now. And then we got Namor. Obviously, Namor is insane, but do I want to put him S tier? Yeah, I think we got to put him S tier. I think we have to. He's just too good all the time, especially if Luna's not banned. I mean, enough said, really, right? We all know how good Namor is. We don't really need to say too much about it. He also pairs really well with Groot, can one-shot supports, you know, if you're coordinated with it. So, it is what it is. Psylocke, probably, I mean, if I don't put Hela S tier, I can't really put Psylocke S tier. I feel like these are both pretty even. This is a tough one. It's a tough one, but I'm going to have to put her A. I think I'm just gonna reserve S for like the most busted DPS. This doesn't mean that A is bad. That's just how I'm gonna do it. And I think Hela and Psylocke are pretty close to like power level wise. Like I think they both kind of do similar stuff. They're both hit scan. They both have insane ults that force an ult essentially. They're both kind of just, you can pick whenever you want. They don't really have many hard counters. Like Psylocke is considered a dive character, but you don't really have to dive on this character because the left click and the right click are just so powerful. You can just shred tanks with it. You don't have to dive. Like, it's just a good character. So I think I'm going to put it, I think I like where they're at right now. Punisher. Now this one's going to be controversial to a lot of people in the comments because I think this character is disgusting and broken. And a lot of people don't. So I honestly want to put it A tier, but people probably won't agree with me when I do it. But I don't care, you know? I don't care. I think this character on its own is an A tier character. It's just too much raw, brainless damage. Like, you just hold down left click, and as long as you have average aim, you're just going to do the most damage in the game. His ult's good if your team plays around it. Turret is annoying to deal with. This character just does so much, like, passive damage that it's oppressive. It's an oppressive character to play against. The amount of times that I've been graveyard camping a team and they just swap their whole, like, literally we're just sitting there spawn camping their team and they just eventually land on Punisher, Rocket, Winter Soldier and steamroll us. It's too many to count. It happens all the time. So, like, I just can't put this character below A tier. I think this character without Rocket is a solid character and it's very good, but with Rocket, it's just oppressive. It's just so oppressive and annoying to play against. I'll get to the rest of that part in the video, but yeah, that's my opinion. A lot of people might disagree with it, but especially coming as a tank player, like, you understand what I'm talking about. Like, this character is so annoying to play against. The shotgun 3-shots you or 2-shots you. It's like really hard to get space because he's just sitting there holding down left click on you whenever you like drop your shield or try to make a play. It's oppressive. It's oppressive. I hate playing against it, so that's why I'm going to put it where it's at. Scarlet Witch is honestly a really underrated character in my opinion, but I just can't really put it too high because people will troll me. But after all the changes to this character, I don't think it's as bad as people think. I think people think this character really sucks. Like, people would probably put it where Widow is, but no shot. Like, this character is better than Widow. Do I want to put it B tier though, is the question. Like, probably not. I kind of want to, but I'm not going to. I think it's probably as close to B tier as you can get in the C tier. Her right click shreds tanks. The left click shreds. You can kind of play it as like almost like a backline assassin at certain times. Like, if you just shift into the air and just float above the supports, and you can just solo kill supports. Like, I don't know. This character, I think, has potential that people have not like grasped yet, because most people just kind of gave up on the character day one and they haven't played it since. But I think this character is pretty good now, especially if you have a Magneto on your team to utilize the team up, because the team up is still pretty strong. But without the team up, I probably would put it C tier. With the team up, it's probably B tier. Spider-Man, I just have to put it, I don't know, like, you know, there's so many bad Spider-Mans that make this character look terrible, but whenever you fight a good Spider-Man, it's the most oppressive, like your backline's just crying all game, permanently dead. It's really annoying to fight against. So I have to put it higher than what I want to put it. But yeah, the good Spider-Mans just make this character look busted. So I think it's actually probably more oppressive than Black Panther when they're good. So that's where I'm going to put it. Unfortunately, there is a lot of terrible Spider-Mans that make this character seem balanced. So yeah. Squirrel Girl is kind of just a perfect example of like a middle of the road DPS that's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's there, it's good, it's decent, but is it, you know, do I necessarily want it on my team? Not really. I think I'd rather have a Punisher or a Psylocke or a Hela or an Namor. So it's just gonna go in the middle of B, I think. Like probably right here. It's just middle of the road character. It's not bad. It's good against Groot. It's kind of a counter to Thing too. The Root is really annoying on Thing, but it's not like Penny Parker. Penny Parker just makes this character unplayable. So, Star-Lord, I think this character is super underrated. I almost want to put it S tier, but I think I'm just going to put it top of A. I think it's probably, yeah, it's one of the best DPS in the game, but I just, you'll see why I'm not putting it S tier, because the characters that I'm putting S tier, in my opinion, are the most broken characters, and it's not close. And they're just, you could pick them at any time, anywhere, and they'll always be good. And we're getting to them right now, right? So, Storm, obviously S tier. This character's permabanned. Good luck playing it. But if you do get to play it, it's disgusting. There are a few counters to the character, but it's just so strong that it actually doesn't matter, really. Like, you know, like, even if you're just getting one shot by like a Spider-Man or something, like it just doesn't matter. You just come back and eventually get your ult, and it's a free team wipe if they don't have a support ult. So AoE damage boost, yeah, too much to list. Character is permabanned for a reason. S tier, easy. Winter Soldier is, I think, the most broken character in the game that is not permabanned. People are like finally starting, like, I've been saying this character is busted forever. Like, literally since day one, I've been saying Winter Soldier is overpowered. I don't know why people aren't saying it. But finally, you know, months later, people are finally starting to figure out that this character is busted. It has I think he has 4 abilities, right? He has 4 abilities that are all good. There's not a single dud in his kit. Every single ability is good. I would even say some of them are overpowered. His ult is overpowered. His passive is OP. His left click is OP. I mean, there's just nothing bad about this character. He also has no counters. Like, what do you pick into Bucky to counter him? Answer, nothing. He has no counters. Best character to pick in the game, in my opinion. The amount of Bucky one-tricks I see that are insane on Bucky, insane, quote-unquote, and have a negative win rate on every other character is insane. It's too many to list. The character's busted. honestly, I really like when it's banned, so I just don't have to deal with it. But unfortunately, there's only 4 bans, so he doesn't always get banned. But honestly, if they bumped up the bans to 6 bans, he would be perma-banned. This character is busted. I don't know why it's not banned more, honestly. Yeah, but that's the end of my rant on that one. Wolverine is probably going to go to the bottom of the A tier because, you know, even though Wolverine is permabanned as well, he's kind of just permabanned, I think, because he's annoying to play against. Not because he's, like, broken, overpowered. It's just because as a tank player, especially if you're playing, like, Strange or Groot or even Venom or any of them, really, like, you just don't want to fight this character. It's not fun to fight against it because it kind of just takes, like, your impact of the game and cuts it in half or less. So, like, if you're a tank player and you want to have impact on a game and carry the game, and Wolverine's not banned, good luck. You know, especially if you're like a Groot one-trick, right? Like, if you're like a Groot one-trick and Wolverine's banned, you're having the time of your life, bro. You can play the game, you're probably popping off, you're probably doing a bunch of damage carrying. Wolverine banned? Good luck. Like, you're probably not going to have much of an impact on the game. You're going to have to, like, completely shift your play style, play a lot more passive. You can't ever get aggressive because the Wolverine can just swoop you up and kill you instantly. It's really, really oppressive to play against this character as a tank. So that's why it's perma-banned. But if there's no tanks, this character just doesn't do that much. It's not that good. Still a solid pick, right? It's still good. That's why it's top. That's why it's A tier. But yeah, Mr. Fantastic. I actually thought this character was kind of slept on last patch, and I probably would have put it like middle of B. But it actually kind of got nerfed this patch. I don't know if it was like, I don't know if they intended to nerf him, but they did. I think they should revert the cooldown on his E that they did. They increased the cooldown of it. I think they should revert that. I think they overvalued the knockback effect way too much. It's not very good. So I'm going to have to put him at the bottom of B. I honestly almost want to put him C tier, but I think he's better than that. So I think I'm going to put him B tier. Now we have the new character, Human Torch. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of B tiers. I don't want to put him C tier because I think he's better than Wanda and Captain America. I think he's probably better than Iron Fist. I've seen some Human Torches pop off. I think I'd probably put him right here. I think it's a safe spot for me. Like, I don't think he's bad, but I don't think he's good. I also just think people haven't really figured him out yet. So honestly, there's a possibility that, like, later down the road, he'll be an A tier character. But right now, from what I've seen, I'm just going to have to put him B tier. Hasn't really impressed me too much. Now we get to the healers, which is the good part, right? Cloak and Dagger feels nerfed. Like, I will say that. Like, after playing Cloak and Dagger, she definitely feels nerfed. So I can't put her S tier anymore. I think she's solid A. She's not bad. She's definitely playable and still good, but not like she used to be. Not even close. So yeah, just solid A tier. Invisible Woman's probably, you know, the second best healer in the game in my opinion, so I just think that has to be S tier. I think Luna's better, but Invisible Woman's still a really solid pick. Yeah, it just is what it is. Loki is a tough one because, you know, when you're bad at Loki, it's a D tier. It's the worst character in the game to have on your team. They're useless. They do nothing. Their ults are terrible. Half the time they don't even ult. It's really bad. But when you have an insane Loki player on your team, this is the best healer in the game. Like, I genuinely think that the best Lokis are the best healers. Like, this character is insane when you're good at it. Like, in my opinion, like I said, it's the best healer in the game when you're good at it. So I'm going to put it S tier because I've seen too many good Lokis that solo carry games. More than any other healer. I've seen more Loki solo carry than any other healer, period. And there's less Loki players, which says a lot, right? Like, obviously I run into way more Invis-Women's, way more Cloaks, way more Lunas, way more of everything. Like, Loki's kind of a rare healer. He's getting more popular, but you don't see him every game. But I've seen so many Lokis just, like, I'm just thinking, like, this Loki just carried the game. Like, I can't do anything. The totem is, like, basically almost like an ult, the short cooldown. His ult is one of the best ults in the game because it's essentially any ult you need. I mean, the character's just insane. His healing output, like, raw healing output's really good. He's hard to dive, borderline impossible to dive. His damage output's good. The character is really, really good when you're good at it. So I have to put it S tier. And like I said, in my opinion, the best healer in the game. Once you learn how to play it. But the thing about Luna is that you don't need to know how to play it for it to be good. So it's going to go above Loki because it's just easier to play and it's also really insane. The ult, for some reason, still lasts 12 seconds. I don't know why. Definitely should have been nerfed by now. But, you know, I think they're just trying to make sure this character stays popular because it's kind of like, you know, even though this character is not actually from Rivals, it's actually from a mobile game, but it's kind of like their mascot character almost. This character and Jeff. you know, so I think they want to keep it strong for that reason. That's what it feels like. But the ult definitely should have been nerfed from 12 to 10 or even 8 seconds. Like 12 seconds is way too long for an ult. That's another thing. If you pair Loki with Luna Snow, that's 24 seconds where your team can't die. Pretty busted still. So, yeah, that's where they are. I don't think Mantis is very good. I think she's very situational. You can pick her. It's got to be B tier. I hate having Mantis on my team. Like, I've seen a few that have done well, and I'm not impressed to them, but I would rather have any other healer on my team, basically, than Mantis. Well, except for the last one that we'll get to. Jeff is an underrated character, in my opinion. Especially with the rise of Invisible Woman. Jeff kind of counters this character. I had a one-trick Jeff on my team that every Invisible Woman ult, he just ulted and got like 3, 4, 5 people, and it was crazy. I mean, it's just a huge counter to Invisible because the whole range of the ult covers her whole range of her ult. So all you have to do is get up real close, ult, instantly ult the Invisible, bam, you got 4, 5, 6 people, right? That being said, though, there's not a lot of good Jeffs, right? There's a lot of troll Jeffs that make this character look really bad. So I want to put it C tier, but the one tricks make me think it's busted. So like I have to put it where Mantis is because, in my opinion, they're kind of the same, right? Rocket, this is another tough one because it's like Punisher. Like if I were to put Rocket and Punisher together, I would put both of them S tier because, like I said, the amount of times that I've been demolishing a team, graveyard camping them, and they swap Rocket Punisher, especially if they have Winter Soldier 2, and they just start steamrolling his back. Dude, it happens so much. Like, Rocket Punisher is the most oppressive thing to play against, especially as a tank player. It's so annoying to play against. It's so oppressive. Busted, in my opinion, but, that's just whatever. But Rocket on his own, without a Punisher, not that great. I do think I would rather have a Rocket than a Mantis and a Jeff, though. So I'm probably going to put him above them. The Res Beacon is actually really good. It's probably his best ability. His ult is really good when you pair it with another ult. A lot of Rockets don't do this. They just throw it out for some reason. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Here we go. This is going to be probably an unpopular opinion for a lot of people, but I think this character is the worst character in the entire game. I've had... don't get me wrong, I've had Adam Warlocks that have done well in 3 healer comps. But there's not a lot of 3 healing going around these days. There is, it happens, but it's not as prevalent as it was before the nerfs. And if you pick Adam Warlock with a 2 heal comp, and you're not a 1-trick, you're trolling. You're trolling the game. Like, I think I've actually been seeing this character a lot in the last 3 days in Celestial for some reason. And on, just it being in the game in a 2 heal, I think I've seen it win 1 time out of like 10. So regardless of if it's on my team or the enemy team, I've probably seen it in 10 games and it's won once. And the guy was a 1-trick Adam that actually played insane and had good reses and everything. But the amount of terrible Adam Warlocks that just pick this character for some reason, and their ult is just essentially an ult feeder for the enemy team because you just get res and die instantly, like, it happens too much. It happens too much. I don't think this character is good at all. I honestly think they should rework this character. I hate the way it's designed. I think it's terrible. I hate when people pick it on my team. Honestly, I would consider it grief. Like, if you're not 3 healing and you're picking Adam Warlock and you're not a 1-trick Adam Warlock, you're griefing, in my opinion. You're just griefing. It is what it is. I'm sure a lot of people are going to hate in the comments and disagree with me, but like I've seen it too many times. In Celestial, in Bronze, in Gold, in Silver. I'm telling you, this character is grief in 2 heal. It's grief. It's okay in 3 heal, but it's grief in 2 heal unless you are an Adam 1-trick that is insane at the character. It's kind of like Jeff, except Jeff is like, I don't like when Jeffs are bad, they're not useless. Like when Adam Warlocks are bad, they're useless. They are straight up useless. 0 healing, 0 good ults. Because, like, I've had bad Jeffs that get good ults, right? Like, Adam Warlock's ult is hard to use. So, like, the bad Adam Warlocks will just have useless ults. Their soul bonds are useless. They don't even press their heal on cooldown or when it should be pressed. I think the character just has a really high skill cap. And it's not that good of a character to begin with. So, characters that are bad with high skill caps, like, they generally just fall low on tier lists. That's how it always is. And I've seen people put this character, like, A or B, and I think they're trolling. This character sucks. Is what it is. But that's my opinion, guys. This is my tier list. I think I'm. Let me do one final rundown to see if we want to change anything. I think the Hulk might be better than the Thing, so I might change that. No, let's just go with our gut. I think I'm happy with this tier list. The only thing I might change is like Magic maybe goes up to A tier, because I do think Magic is really good right now, and there's a lot of Magics that are popping off like crazy. Even the non-one tricks are going ham with it, so I kind of want to move Magic up to A tier, but I've also seen some bad Magics that make me keep it here. But other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with where everything's at. Yeah, like I said, it's all my opinion, guys. Take it with a grain of salt. It's just from my gameplay experience, and I've played every rating. You know, I've done a lot of like smurfing from GM Bronze to GM. I've played a lot of GM games with my friends, a lot of Celestial lobbies. I mean, I have 3 accounts in Celestial now, so I've played a lot of Celestial games. So it's kind of based on like all the ratings, and for the most part, most of these characters, like what I said about them, applies to every rating. The Adam Warlock especially applies to every rating, because if you get an Adam Warlock in your Bronze lobby, like good luck. That guy is gonna be. That guy is going to be useless. Trust me. You might as well just give up. Like, as much as I hate to say that, if you have an Adam Warlock in your Bronze lobby, chances are that guy is going to be useless. Sorry. Like I said, high skill cap, low. Like the character sucks, and it has a high skill cap. So bad combination for Bronze, that's for sure. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, I will see you guys. Hopefully, stop by the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more content. I think next up I'm going to do a wish list of what Marvel characters I want to see in the game. I already have my idea. I don't know if it's going to be like top 10 or just, I don't even know if I'm going to have a set number, but I'm just going to wish list of like what characters I think would fit well in the game and that I want to see. So that's the next up. But yeah, until next time, guys. Peace out.